What is up, Nutsacks? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for it. This time it's going to be in Major League Baseball for Friday, May 21st. Game's going to be played between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. Going for the Rangers is Kyle Gibson, and for the Astros is Tyler Ivey. Current betting spread is Astros minus 120. Total 8.5. So we dodged the clown gear, grabbing a win from a fun ride on Tuesday's bet. First 5 under, 4.5 Reds Giants. Moves these vids to 10-4 plus 5.5 U, as the cool kids say. I did rock the rally cap last video, and it proved fruitful. But now it's back to business as usual. First of all, I just want to quickly address all these no-hitters. At this point, I'm kind of loosening my own arm, and I'm pretty confident I could toss a no-no. I mean, look at the list of guys that have done it so far this year. I mean, Spencer Turnbull, Corey Kluber, Joe Musgrove, Carlos Rodon, John Means, Wade, Miley, and you could even argue Mad Bum as well. But either way, 6 official. Some of these guys are even past the point of their careers where no-nos are even like an option going into a start. Look, I love Wade Miley, but he isn't exactly blowing his 88-mile-an-hour fastball by anybody in high school. Let alone the majors. But sure, location's important, pitch selection, but these no-hitters are getting to be a bit much. Here's a crazy concept. Like, maybe stop swinging for the fences every single at-bat. All these announcers, first of all, I blame announcers, and I blame what MLB and media have done to the game. All these announcers just knob-slopping over exit velocity, line drive rate, furthest home runs. Maybe if they weren't doing all this, maybe Major League Baseball players wouldn't be trying to crush the ball every single at bat. I mean, announcers these days are like, wow, let me tell you something, Bob. I know that wasn't out, but did you see the exit velo on that hit? 109 miles an hour. The ball was smoked. Quite unlucky, and that's all these people care about these days. I mean, look, fuck that. Give me a bases loaded bloop single off the end of the bat with 2 outs and bases loaded. I want to see the exit velo on that, like a 32 mile an hour bloop single. Those are the types of things that get me rock hard. The art of this game, though, slowly fading. Advanced data telling guys where to stand in shifts. And sure, this helps out, of course, and helps towards the no-hitters. But it's also accrued more errors for fielders as well. You're asking a shortstop to play half the game behind second base. A second baseman's basically playing in right center field as if he's playing slow pitch softball, especially for lefties. Is it crazy that there's been more errors because of this? I think not. Now, what I'm getting at here is it's all correlated, right? Could you imagine how many no-hitters a guy like Pedro Martinez or Randy Johnson would have thrown pitching in a no-steroid era like this with infield shifts to take away extra hits and guys just free swinging at everything? Look, baseball needs steroids back like yesterday. Here's what I'm thinking. Like, instead of like banning it and putting guys on suspensions for testing positive, we just do a complete 180. You make it mandatory for Major League Baseball players to take steroids. Maybe we call it like, I don't know, syringe Sundays. Maybe you mix it up a bit. Maybe syringe Saturdays. Players line up, pucker their ass cheeks and just take the injections. Look, Major League Baseball needs some sparks to the game, and no-hitters from schlubs isn't the answer. Okay, this isn't getting more people to watch the game. Let's get the syringes out. Let's start firing some steroids into these guys, and then talk to me about exit velocity. Until then, go fist yourselves. All right, onto the player. Really like this one over 8.5 runs here. Got this bet MGM in New Jersey at minus 115. Let's start with the pitchers. Kyle Gibson, just been an absolute freak this year. You have to love when crafty guys like Gibson can consistently get outs at ease, and at this point in his career too, ERA of 2.32 with advanced stuff backing him up. Just been stellar all season long. But above all else, he's avoided the home run ball. 7% home run to fly ball rate, career best for him, along with an 80% left on base rate, also a career best. He is just fooling hitters with his newly developed cutter to go along with a wide variety of pitches. Nothing blazing by any means, but look, location. He's seen this Astros bunch, though, for the second start in a row, and this Astros team firing on all cylinders with the sticks. How about at least 4 runs in 12 straight games, 5 runs in their last 6? This team has no easy outs in the lineup right now as they're basically fully healthy. And Gibson mowed down this team pretty well last time out, but I'd expect more success this time around from the Houston Bats. So why not just slam the button on Houston money line at the short price, right? $1.20. They've won 8 of their last 9, too, as mentioned. Sticks are rolling. Well, the Astros are calling up Tyler Ivey in this spot, and this is not a fun kid to back in his first career Major League Baseball start on the road. He ranks as Houston's number 9 prospect, I believe. I guess that depends who you ask. With some blistering K numbers in double and triple A. And he's got some good stuff and quite an interesting delivery, too, which I'm sure helps with his fooling of hitters. But he's been nothing short of below average in minimal triple A work thus far. Good news for him, though, is he draws a Rangers team who was just shut out in back-to-back games, one of which was a no-hitter. It is pitchers like Ivey, though, that can wake up a small slump from a team like Texas. Maybe even some added pressure from the kid as he's pitching, near his hometown and to his favorite team in the Texas Rangers. It's more of a narrative, but I think if anything, it puts more pressure on the young guy. Prior to this double shutout from the Rangers, though, they weren't hitting bad either. At least 3 runs or more in 5 of their previous 6 games, and now the Yanks are out of their system, or now that the Yanks are out of their system, maybe they kind of find a bit more luck with the sticks. I did like what they did today against Herman. Just didn't really do anything with runners in scoring position, but definitely looked much better than they did, of course, against Kluber for the Yanks. Now, I never like needing teams to score who are in droughts, but this has only been a 2-game flash in the pan from the Rangers, so I'm really not all that much deterred from it. On to some bullpen talk. We know the Rangers' pen is below average at best, and the Astros just had their way with them a few games back, and the Astros' pen is rounding into form a little bit. They're still not fully healthy by any means, but this is even when healthy, they're not a top 20 pen. And now they're far from that, in my opinion. Rangers were able to find some success there a few games ago, and assuming Ivey doesn't get past the 5th inning, unless he's just throwing like stellar, there's going to be below average arms filling the gaps before a guy like Presley comes in to save this one. I'd also be surprised if Stanek comes in this game because he piled up pitches today versus the A's. So Rangers pen certainly has some good arms. But again, the Astros are hitting everyone right now. Rangers pen's better than the Astros when fully healthy. And even at the Rangers' best, I'd argue they're not a top 20 pen either. Seems obvious, right? Rangers are a bad team. They probably have a bad pen. But there are some good arms in that bullpen for the Rangers. But this recent Astros Bats and their streakiness in a good way cancels all that out in my eyes. Weather expects to be warm in this one, wind blowing in. But to be honest, it doesn't all matter much to me. It will be very warm and humid, in my opinion, to cancel out any level of winds that might try to knock balls down. Overall, it's a spot for me. One team in the Rangers have a quality arm going in Gibson, but seeing the hottest bats in baseball right now, the Rangers have hit a small roadblock with their sticks, 2 straight games, but now draw a young prospect who will be very susceptible in his first major league start. I like opportunities to score, to be plenty in this one, and as I often say, that's what you handicap in totals, not runs specifically, but run opportunities. I have this lined at 9 over -125 or $1.25, if you will. So 8.5 -115 is an auto fire for me. So again, Rangers, Astros, over 8.5 runs. Got that -115. Bet MGM in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. Want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you fall in a sewer. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the play and let me know who you're betting for tomorrow's slate. The comment section is warm water. Dive on in as always, folks. And also, I always get back to you, so don't be silly. Comment. Nobody likes a stalker. We'll also have content lined up on our channel all weekend. NBA, playoffs, UFC, NASCAR, and of course, Major League Baseball. I'll be back Saturday with a solo live vid, followed by another one on Sunday with Joey and Holden. So stay tuned for all of that and more. Head over to runpurebets.com to see what we're all about. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe, folks.